Hey everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to make a necklace and a pair of earrings today using some of the beads from the most recent bargain bead box, the Mountain Majesties collection, the one for September 2023. In case you're not familiar, the bargain bead box is a monthly subscription of beads and findings. It's $22.99 a month, and that includes shipping in the United States. They have beautiful beads and findings. It's always curated around a different theme each month. And if you're a subscriber to the Bargain Bead Box, you get a 30% off coupon to use in their sister store, Bead Box Bargains. And you can use it as many times as you want to during the month, and they already have great prices. I have a coupon code. It's Teresa2, and I'll put it on the screen here and in the description box below, along with a link to the page to sign up for the subscription if you're interested. The coupon code will save you $2 off your first box if you sign up. And here I've got the 10mm lava stone electroplated beads in rainbow iris. And I've got some bead caps from my stash that I'm going to put around them. And here I've got the 8mm glass rondelle beads in opaque purple. And I've got some different bead caps I'm going to put around them. And here I've got the 27.5 by 25mm the 27.5 by 25mm stainless steel laser cut pendant. And I've got 3 of the links of the chain that came in the box. And I've got one of the little rondelle beads I'm going to make a link and add my pendant to. And I've got a couple of the little bead caps to go around it. And I've got a jump ring in there. And here I've got what I'm going to use for my earrings. I've got a couple of the lava beads, a couple of the rondelle beads, the same bead caps to go around the beads, and some jump rings and some ear wires. And I've got a couple of the 12.5mm round mountain charms. There were 4 of them, and I've got 2 in there that I'm going to put on these earrings. And then in here, I've got some findings for my necklace. I've got a couple of pieces of the chain that came in the box. I've got another smaller piece of chain that came in the box to use as an extender. Got a lobster clasp and some jump rings. And I've got the other 2 round mountain charms. And I wanted to use it to dangle off the back of the extender chain, but they're not double-sided. So I just put the 2 that I had left together and glued them together with some E6000. So they would be kind of a pretty thick double-sided charm that would hang off the back of the necklace. I've got my 22 gauge, some pieces of my 22 gauge German style wire in silver. I'm going to be using my chain nose pliers, my tweezer pliers, my round nose pliers, both pairs of my bent chain nose pliers, the crimping pliers that I use to tuck in the burrs when I cut off wire, and the cutters that I use for craft wire and head pins and eye pins and things like that. I use a different pair for bead stringing wire. And I have my little New Orleans shot glass that I'm going to put my wires in when I'm done, when I get them cut off. I think that's everything. I'll put links in the description box below, as many as I can find links for, to the things that I'm using that didn't come in the subscription. I'll also put a link in the corner of this video and in the description box below to the unboxing I did for this subscription in case you want to watch it. I think that's everything. Hold on, I'll get some of my beads poured out and I'll be back. Okay, I've got my beads poured out here, and I've already got half of my necklace made, and I'm going to make the other half. So I'm going to take one of my pieces of my German style wire, and I'm going to take my pliers, and I'm going to go down about 1.5 inches. It's going to be really simple, just some wire wrap loops. I'm going to bend over at a 90-degree angle over the tool. Take my round nose pliers, put my round nose pliers in the crook of the bend, round nose pliers facing me. I'm going to bend the wire back until it hits the tool. Rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Take the shorter piece of wire up and under here until it hits the bottom of the tool. Cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the wire. Now I'm going to take my bent chain nose pliers and hold on to my loop. Take this wire down a little bit and then start wrapping the shorter piece of wire around the longer piece of wire. And I do this part with my fingers usually, and usually do about 3 times. I'm going to take my cutters, cut off the extra wire. And I'm going to take one of my bigger bead caps, put it on here. One of my lava beads. And another one of my bead caps. Now I'm going to take my pliers and go to the very tip of the pliers because I don't want a very long neck. I'll bend the wire over the pliers at a 90-degree angle. Take the round nose pliers, put them in the crook of the bend, round nose pliers facing me. Bend the wire back until it hits the bead. Rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Hold on tight and take this part up and under here until it hits the bottom of the tool. Cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the bead. Like that. I'm going to take my bent chain nose pliers, hold on to my loop, pull this wire down a little bit. I'll take my other pair of bent chain nose pliers and start my wraps. Make sure to get that first wrap good and tight. And I'm just going to wrap till there's no more room to wrap. Now I'm going to take my cutters and cut off my extra wire. And I'm going to take these crimping pliers and I take the part at the end there that has a little half circle on each side. Tuck in the little burrs where I cut off the wire. And if you've never seen me do this before, you might wonder. I know that a lot of people go ahead and tuck their burrs in when they make that first loop, but I find it easier to do if I have the bead to brace against. If I don't, I usually end up mangling the wire and the loop and everything else. So now I'm going to take another piece of my wire. And I'm going to take my pliers and go down about 1.5 inches. Bend at a 90-degree angle over the tool. Round nose pliers, put them in the crook of the bend. Round nose pliers facing me. Bend the wire back until it hits the tool. Rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Take the shorter piece of wire up and under here until it hits the bottom of the tool. Cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the wire. Now I'm going to take my pliers and open up this loop just a little bit. Thread on this link that I just made. Close my loop back. Take my bent chain nose pliers and hold on to my loop. Pull this part down a little bit. Wrap the shorter piece of wire around the longer piece of wire. I'm going to take my cutters, cut off my extra wire. Now I'm going to take one of my other bead caps, put on here, one of my little rondelle beads, and another bead cap. I'm going to take my pliers, go to the very tip of the pliers, bend at a 90-degree angle over the tool, round those pliers in the crook of the bend, bend the wire back until it hits the bead, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, hold on tight, take this part up and under here until it hits the bottom of the tool, cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the bead, bent chain nose pliers, wire down a little bit, my other pair of bent chain nose pliers, and start to wrap. Get that first wrap good and tight. Wrap until there's no more room left to wrap. My cutters, cut off my wire. Make sure I don't cut the wrong wire. Take my crimping pliers and squishing the little burrs. And I'm just going to alternate back and forth doing this with my lava beads and my rondelle beads. I'm going to do one more here. And instead of talking through what I've already talked through, I'll just do it and y'all can watch me while I tell you a funny little story. I don't know how funny a little story it is, but I just got to thinking when I did the unboxing for this, when I was looking at the lava beads, I said that I understand because of the porous nature of the lava beads that you can use them with your essential oils and put them on there, and the lava bead will absorb the essential oil, and you can have your essential oil with you all day while you're wearing your piece of jewelry. And I said I had never done any of the essential oils, but I got to thinking I don't think that's true, because when I had my latest surgery, the little girls, there were two little girls getting me ready for the surgery before I went into surgery. They were getting everything ready, doing my IV and all that. And one of the little girls asked me if I had any aversion to peppermint. And I said, no, I don't think so. And I didn't know what she was talking about. I thought, and she ran off. I thought, well, what is she going to bring me a peppermint candy before? What is she doing? I don't know why they would want me to eat a peppermint candy before my surgery, but I don't know what she's doing. And she came back and she had some peppermint oil on a piece of tissue, and she laid it on my chest there. And they kept it laying there on my chest during the whole surgery. I think it was a way to try to keep me from getting nauseous during the surgery. I know that a lot of people get nauseous when the anesthesia makes a lot of people nauseous. I've never had that problem. They're always really good about giving you medicine and stuff to make sure that doesn't happen. But I know a lot of people do get nauseous from the anesthesia. And apparently that's what she was doing. She was giving me some peppermint oil to keep me from getting nauseous during the surgery. But I thought it was funny because I didn't know what in the world she was talking about. I thought she was going to get me a piece of peppermint candy. But she was going to get me some peppermint oil. I've never done any of the essential oils. I don't really know anything about them. Except now I know that peppermint oil is supposed to keep you from getting nauseous. But after I did that unboxing and told y'all I'd never done the essential oils, I thought, well, I don't know. I might have told them wrong. I think I actually did do some one time without really even knowing I was doing it until it was all over. I got out of surgery and that little piece of tissue was still laying there on my chest, smelling of peppermint. Okay, so there's that one. I'm tucking my little burrs here. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I have another piece like this one. And then when I get done, I'll be back. Okay, I've got both sides of my necklace made now. And I've got my pendant and my little 3 links of the chain that came in the box. I was going to make one of these links. I did make one of these links, and I was going to put it at the top of my pendant here so that it would hang lower. But this chain is going to make it hang pretty low, so I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to hang it directly from the chain. So I'm going to take one of my 5mm jump rings. I think they're either 5 or 6, I'm not sure. I'm going to put on one side of my necklace. And one side of my chain. Close my jump ring back really well. And I'm going to get another one. Put on the other side of my necklace. Close it up really well. Now I'm going to take my pendant, and I think this is a little 4mm jump ring. I'm going to put my pendant on here, and I'm going to hang it from the middle link of chain. Close it up really well. So that's what I got so far. Now I'm going to go to this up here. I'm going to take another jump ring, either a 5 or 6mm, I'm not sure. And I'm going to put it on one side of my necklace. And I've got 7 links of the chain here, and this comes to about 2 3/4 inches. I'm going to put it on here. And my sides here, I always forget to tell y'all, but my sides here, before I put my pendant all on, just the sides here of the wire wrapped links came to like about 7.5 inches. So now I'm going to put my chain on the other side. Oops. I knew I wasn't going to get away without dropping something. Just wasn't going to happen. Close my jump ring back up really well. Now I'm going to take another jump ring and that one's bigger than I want. I'm going to take one of these little ones. This might be a 4mm, I'm not sure. I'll put it on this chain. Put my lobster clasp on here. Now I'm going to take, I've got an 8mm jump ring here. That I'm going to put on this side. And this is 4 links of the chain, and it comes to about 1.5 inches. I'll put it on here as an extender. And now I'm going to take my little charm that I turned into a double-sided charm and take this jump ring and see if I can get it through both these holes. Oops. Pretty sure it'll go through there. I've just got to... Yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to put it on the end of my extender chain. Close my jump ring back up really well. So, there's my necklace. Now I'm going to get my stuff together and make a little pair of earrings. I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to make a little earring here, and this is going to be just exactly like what we just did. I'm going to go down about 1.5 inches, bend over the pliers at a 90-degree angle, take my round nose pliers and put them in the crook of the bend, rotate the bend the wire back until it hits the tool, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, take the short piece of wire up in here until it hits the bottom of the tool, cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the wire. Take my bent chain nose pliers and hold on to my loop. Wrap my short piece of wire around the longer piece of wire about 3 times. cutters and cut off my extra wire. I'm going to take my big bead cap and my lava bead and my other big bead cap, and take my pliers, go to the very tip of the pliers, bend at a 90-degree angle, around those pliers, put them in the crook of the bend, bend the wire back until it hits the bead, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, hold on tight, take this part under here until it hits the bottom of the tool, cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the bead. I bent chain those pliers, hold on to my loop, bring my wire down a little bit. My other pair, bent chain those pliers and start to do my wraps. Make sure to get that first wrap good and tight. Cut off my extra wire. Take my crimping pliers and tuck in my little burrs. I'm going to take my other piece of wire, go down about 1.5 inches, bend at a 90-degree angle, around those pliers in the crook of the bend, bend the wire back until it hits the tool, rotate the pliers so they're facing the table, take this part up and under here until it hits the bottom of the tool, cock the wire back until it's centered over the wire, the loop is centered over the wire, open up the loop just a little bit, put on my link that I just made, close my loop back, take my bent chain those pliers, hold on to my loop, wrap the shorter piece of wire around the longer piece of wire, take my cutters and cut off my extra wire, take one of my smaller bead caps, my rondelle, another bead cap, take my pliers, go to the very tip of the pliers, bend over at a 90-degree angle, around those pliers, bend the wire back until it hits the bead, rotate the pliers till they're facing the table, hold on tight, take this part under here until it hits the bottom of the tool, cock the wire back until the loop is centered over the bead, bent chain those pliers and hold on to my loop, pull my wire down a little bit, my other pair, bent chain those pliers and start to wrap. Get that first wrap good and tight. Just wrap till there's no more room to wrap. Cut off my extra wire. Tuck in my burrs. I'm going to take a little 4mm jump ring. Open it up here. Thread on my little charm. I might have to get a bigger jump ring. This one might not be big enough. Oh, there it goes. Now put it on this link that has my lava bead on it. Close my jump ring back up. And now I'm going to see if this is facing the right way, and I'm thinking that it's not. It's going to make my little charm hang sideways. I should have wire wrapped it directly to the charm, I guess, but I didn't. So I'm going to take both pairs of my pliers. I'm going to turn this link around so that the loops are facing opposite each other. Straighten things up down here. Now I'm going to open up my ear wire and make sure to get this facing the right way, because my little charm is just not double-sided, so that's right. Close my ear wire back. So there's my little earring. So hold on, I'll make the other one, I'll be back. Okay, there's my necklace and earring set. Made my first necklace and earring set. Made with the most recent bargain bead box, the Mountain Majesties collection. I say first because I've still got plenty of beads left. I've made that one necklace with that donut pendant, but I just put it on chain. So I've still got a ton of beads left, and I really do believe this box to be a very good value. I'm always able to make many, many pieces of jewelry out of one box. I have a finished jewelry playlist of bargain bead box pieces that I've made over the time that I've been doing these videos. If you all want to check it out, I really do believe it to be a very good value box. And like I said, if you're not subscribed to the box and you decide you want to be, that coupon code will save you $2 off your first box. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, hope you all have a great day. Take care.